got ourselves board good over for the team one. We're ready to go. As an Elemental Shamansman, I'm liking this frosty thing's got going on. I really wish Elemental had like more of a frosty elements about them. They have like, what is it? They have, I'm switching to the wrong people. They have like all this lightning, lava, wind. Whoa, hold on. How many shamans are going in? This guy's trying to figure out, but listen, Cash, Cutie wants to go in. He's trying to figure out if he's going first, last, or whatever, but it looks like Morgan is trying to see if he can just be like, you know what? I want my spot. I want to join the arena. I want to actually get myself a proper game. Don't take it away from me. I was tall and deadly. Is it going to be also another Elemental Shamansman? I don't see Ellie double Ellie like that normally. Both with each other. It's going to be a primordial setup. Lava Burst is ready for Born. Try to see if he can get himself a big setup. It's going to be Zaps and Lava Burst from Tall and Deadly, but he's trying to see if he can send a little bit of damage back at him as well. Born Good immediately with a defensive wall as well as Guardian Spirit to try to give himself a little bit more survivability, where Tall and Deadly is actually holding on to his for a good bit. The Born Good with a Trinket, going to be a static totem. It looks like it is going to be his static totem to try to keep Tall and Deadly in place, as the man is at least trying to set up an Ice Fury. Going to be the Fire Elemental though. Fading Eye, the Born Good cancel it to deny the Ice Fury. That or that thing just timed out. Naturally, Born Good setting up a little bit of Earthquakes, trying to see if he can reposition as Tall and Deadly uses the totems to at least prime his own Ice Fury. Next few Frost Shocks are going to be quite a little bit more deadly than normal. Born trying to go for a little bit of damage. Sky Fury's down. Earth Shocks to follow. Taking down the totem. Lava Burst to get sent in anyway, as the Shamans both get to exchange with a big old pillar down the middle. Looks like Born Good pushing in, trying to get some advantage here, looking for an angle. And that's going to be a totem to stop him. Tall and Deadly looking to get himself a bit of a setup. Lava Burst down to the totem, got himself the Earth and Elemental, so he's going to be out without think first. Born Good could also go for Earth Elemental as well, but Born should be very careful. Does not have a wall for this, and no Guardians to help him in case he gets in a rough situation. As Tall setting up a bigger Lava Burst with Zaps to follow. Born Good taking a bit of damage, dropping on a totem. I think it is going to be a ground and going to be Ice Sphere out of Tall Deadly, trying to see if he can grip him out in the middle of nowhere with that totem. Tall could not really maneuver out of things super well. So for Born Good, that grippy totem has actually been so good. The static totem forces you to be within its rounds, but if you end up placing an enemy inside of the totem and then you move it, there's a chance that the enemy is going to get booped into where the totem is, and it's super fun when it happens. Knockback onto Tall as he's going to get himself a Fire Elemental going. Born Good still holding on to his Earth Elemental until a little bit later. Unless it's your Fire Ellie? No, it's not your Fire Ellie, is it? Trinket out Tall and Deadly, trying to go for big Earth Shocks. It's going to be maybe a bit of setup. Like the last one to Morgan, does not really have an answer for this. It's going to be a Sky Fury down, trying not to make sure that the Ice Fury does not really go off. Going to be an Earth Elemental of his own. Got himself movement while casting, could not really be interrupted, but he can't really catch up to Tall whatsoever. Catching a couple of heals behind the corner, good to follow, and Born may have some good line of sight. Big Earth Shock is going to be a Trinket out of the Hex right after. Tall and Deadly trying to go for a bit of survivability. Born Good hoping to stay as aggressive as possible. Big Lava Burst, keeping the man out in the open away from the other side of the arena. It's going to be big Zaps with the Earth Shocks right after, trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Tall looking for a bit of an escape. Going to be an extra big Lava Burst. I think it may just have, with that Meteor coming down, slamming on the guy. Oh my goodness, this man, Born Good. Oh man, I like it. The double Shaman Wombo combo is dropping a big old meatball into dude's head. At the very end, Born going for a bit of a lasso, not able to knock the Death Knight off of his back as he got himself the deathly advance. Gripping him in, stunning with a pet, trying to keep him maybe away from the pillars. Chillpill's hoping to maybe get himself in a decent setup. Got himself lots of advantage, lots of pressure. That silence is huge right now. Born Good needs some sort of recovery, trying to get some damage back from the shields, but he's looking to get himself line aside behind the pillar while trying to see if he can claw down the Shaman little by little. He's going to sacrifice his goal immediately, trying to get as much healing as he can. As Kasha Cutie gotta be up next. El Handsome Shaman this time around got himself a full Ascendance build with the Bloodlust as well as Ghost Wolves. I don't know if he's running Elemental Wolves or like physical wolves. For Chillpills though, he really does not want to be in the melee of this guy if he can help it. He'd rather get some kind of distance away from the Enhancement Shaman if possible, because this is where Enhancement just is going to excel. Mad Elemental Blast that pierces right past the AMS as if it's nothing, dropping down dome, trying to get himself a little bit more survivability. Big Bloodlust already. Chillpills needs to find himself some recovery behind the pillar. Going to be some healing surges. Kasha trying to see if he can get Chillpills around the corner to maybe get on top of the guy, trying to force him away from the pillar. Going to be on Army of the Dead join in. Grippy hand at the ready. Got himself a blind onto Kasha, looking to maybe get himself a sudden burrow down for a second. It's going to do a bit of damage to Chillpills. Should be able to go for some healing, hopefully. Kasha trying to see if he can prime himself, but a silence stops him. Oh, and the Death Coil does end up ripping right through the guy. With the Demon Hunter of Celeri gonna be up next. Still, the Army of the Undead is active. The Gargoyle, I think, is going to be fading last second, but then the rest of these undeads are still striking at Solari, still clawing at him little by little. The demon does spawn in for the Hunter of Demons. Stun around the corner, stun back with Chuples, though, as it is a trick out of the age, going in for full meta. This one, Chuples needs some kind of a breather, some kind of a break. Death back to give himself a little bit more health, trying to see if he can slow down the Death Demon Hunter as best as he can. Glaive's getting tossed in. He doesn't have much health to really work with, bleeding out, and I think he might just be going down to the bleed from the Glaive. And down it goes. So Larry just needed to live long enough, get a little bit of damage, get the Death into a position where they just couldn't recover. With Balan gonna be up next on that team as another Elemental Shaman. I like the Elementals tonight too. That's a big fan of this one, honestly. So Larry is gonna have himself a hell of a round here. No Trinket available. Not a lot of offensives either. No meta at the moment unless you go for I-beams. Does have himself a burrow, could maybe use that defensively. Balan's gonna try to see if he can burrow down. Not gonna pop up right under Solari, but might have actually been able to end the duel right then and there if he did. Knockback doesn't really go far. Solari needs himself a decent setup. It's gonna be a Hex right after. This way you get some full proper meta. Right now would be a perfect time for you to be able to get yourself some kind of a damage setup to maybe get a little bit of healing. Try to go for a big burst. Ursax while you're out in the open needs to find a way to bail out of this situation. Rooted and the Balan is just gonna go for a bit of a distance play. Rooting in place, keeping it at bay. Big Hunter close the gap. Maybe if you can just maximize some damage off of this hunt, you might be okay. Definitely needs Metamorphosis to add in a little bit extra magic, extra leech damage, leech healing. Imprison for a moment. Still gonna break it. So Larry, you need an IB right now. I think that last is probably gonna be the enemy though, isn't it? There's no way unless you live. I don't even know what just helped you. Wait a second, demon spawned in. If you get some I-beam, doesn't even go for it. Trying to get as much healing as you can. I-beam, Metamorphosis gives you maybe a chance. Hold on, balance super low. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. This guy actually caught up a little bit of health. He needs an interrupt. Does get the interrupt. It's a Void Queen. Gotta be up next. Trying to go for the spikes. Big fear to follow him. So Larry, do you stay in? Do you run away? You need to wait to interrupt this Void Torrent as soon as possible. Trying to go for big damage. Sun right after. You need a heal. This guy's really doesn't have a lot of options really left right now. Get a hit with the root. And it's just going to be a couple of those void pulses to take it down little by little. With Rosie Loot going to be up next. Trying to see if you can go some damage. Going to be a full, I think it is Celestial Alignment, if not Incarnation, right? Is this Celestial? Or no, it's just an Eclipse. Bash onto Void. As Void able to get quite a bit of damage onto Rosie. The moons are going to be in though. Playing the moon build, that could be really strong actually. Trinket out of Rosie, full root, silence with the disperse out of Void Queen, trying to see if he can escape behind the pillar, looking for the recuperation, looking for a little bit of recovery. Stun onto Rosie, got himself another half moon there. Maybe can go for a full moon at some point. Big stars are just flying in though. Void Queen just get ripped apart little by little. Got himself a little bit of survivability as the Aegis procs in for the priest, looking for the mind games, but full moon, hoping to maybe fight through the mind games, able to do so into star surges. Both of them are incredibly low. Rosie needs some healing, so does Void. Void maybe has himself a silence. He does actually. Could maybe capitalize something here. While in bear form, you know he can't really heal. Root to follow him. Rosie get himself a bit of a breakaway from the priest. Got himself 3 little dragon links to spot in. Or fade dragons rather. Those things just start doing damage. What are they doing? Gotta be the Void operation to close the gap. Void Queen is right on top of the druid with the silence able to pressure. The Void Torrent could not really stop it. Rosie looking for a bit of healing. Heart of the Wild Keeping just barely alive. Bash to follow. Looking for the Cyclone. And that's gonna be finally those pets join in for a bit of damage. Maybe they'll be able to get some value once the Cyclone is gone, but who knows. Stun right after, mind games to follow. Druid under immense pressure. Barskin available. Has access to maybe some damage. Looks like full moon should be at the ready. If you can somehow find a way to recover this one way or another, maybe you'll be okay. Silence with the root. Maybe it gives you Menace ability. Looking for the regrowth. Oh no, you need to heal. You do have Nature's Vigil come back up very soon. So maybe if you get yourself a bash, Nature's Vigil, do some damage to heal yourself. Maybe that'll be enough. Trying to go for Nature's Vigil, whatever damage you can do, maybe that'll help you. Any kind of dots you do, but oh, the Void Torrent. The Void Torrent snipes you with high heals. Gonna be up next. Charges in with a quick stun. That's gonna be a lockdown onto Void. Has himself proximity to go in for a quick fear. Silence to interrupt the mind games. Void Eruption with a full PI. The ready high could go in to try to see if he can clean off that PI if you wanted to. Mind games to follow. That's going to be mind games back at the other priest. That's like a karma situation, but just a priest version with those mind games. Silence on the high heals or Void Queen. But high heals is not in a great spot. Could be a dispersed situation. Might need to go for it. Oh, wait a second. Void Queen. Wow. Was that 3? For Void? Yo, it was 3. What do you mean? A priest has got 3 out of left field? No. I guess the matchup was pretty good, right? You're playing against another priest and a bunker. You're not playing against a sub-rogue. But damn, still gotta give a cred. That was really good. Let's get us another going. I love the amount of casters we got tonight. Oh, this is gonna be good.